Welcome to The Chatter, your end of the week ear candy for what to eat, drink, see, and do in Richmond, Virginia, right damn now.
The Richmond Experience is independently owned and created by locals, us, for locals, you. From recent openings and the latest trends to time-tested traditions and hidden gems, we're here to help you experience the very best that RVA has to offer.
Hi, I'm Paige, RVAX owner and chief marketing officer. I'm the face you see in front of the scenes on Instagram and TikTok, taking you to all the latest and greatest hotspots around town.
And I'm Kelsey, RVAX owner and editor-in-chief, working behind the scenes on your Wednesday and Thursday newsletters, the Weekly Insider and the Weekender, and City Guides.
Kels, I thought we were going to have to take TikTok off.
I know, we had to do like a little pause right there, and then as it turns out, no, not at all.
Yeah, so everything's there.
Yeah.
You can follow us over there too. And
quick little break, quick little reset. Is everybody okay?
Yeah, I shared that thing from The Office, the best episode when they're
it's like a fire drill or something.
Yes. It's like, stay calm. Everybody stay calm. I knew it would be back.
Yeah, it's so people were really, freaking out toward the end. And then I was surprised when the people started to post like, oh my God, it's already back. I was like, wow, that was quick. Yeah. So it still seems to be determined what exactly the situation is, but you can continue, doing all the things that you were doing on TikTok now, including following us, I guess.
Yeah. So we're there.
There you go. How was your weekend though?
So I got my hair all chopped off. It was probably almost 9 inches. So
it looks very cute. Is this the shortest you've gone before?
Oh no, I used to have really short hair.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
In high school and college, my hair was really short. It's because I have very thin hair. And so I can't grow it past a certain length. It just doesn't grow. I mean, if I went and got regular trims like every 12 weeks, I probably could, but it just gets ratty and gross. And I was just sick of it. And Holly and I are traveling in a few weeks, and it's a new year, and I was just kind of, having one of my moments. So I was like, just take it all off.
Yeah, have like a little refresh. I love when I've done that. I did that after I got married because you're so used to growing it out for so long. And it's like, I need to just knock it off, and it feels so nice.
Yeah. And I know you don't get your hair colored, but I do. And I don't know, I get my hair done like 3 or 4 times a year. Not a lot, like every quarter-ish I try. But I don't really often switch it up that often. I know some people drastically change up their hair all the time, and I just keep it pretty consistent. Sure. So this was a fun one.
Yeah, that's always fun to do something like that. If you're going into it maybe unexpectedly too, you're like, maybe I just kind of want to chop a few extra inches off. It looks very cute though. Have you tried styling it on your own yet?
No, I haven't even done it today. So it's just kind of left. It's still curled a tad from yesterday, right. But I'm going to do it tonight because we're going out to dinner. So I will try and play around with it. So that's always fun.
Oh, for sure. But no, so cute. And I could definitely understand too, leading into a trip, it's kind of nice to have a little new do for your upcoming vacation adventures.
Yeah.
Which we're inside of 20-ish days too to that, aren't we, Paige?
Yeah, I think it's 21 days.
Oh my gosh, coming in hot. So exciting. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't even know if we've told folks. I'm going to Italy.
Right, we haven't talked much about it.
Yeah, in 21 days. This will be my second time back. We're going to Florence and then staying in the small Tuscan town of Pienza to do a whole bunch of wine tastings and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. We kind of just planned this last minute. And when I mean last minute, I mean a month ago.
Yeah, the flights were looking good. You had to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Holly's looking at flights and is like, should I book it? And meanwhile, I'm like, hold on, I gotta text Kelsey. Let me make sure it's okay.
The thing I keep saying to everybody is Paige texted, was like, hey, is it okay if I go to Italy in February? And I was like, yeah, definitely. Thanks for the text.
Yeah, I mean, now as business partners, I feel like
it's a whole new thing.
It's a whole new thing.
Who are we asking when we're taking time off?
Each other.
I know. But it's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't traveled to Europe in the winter, so I think it'll be fun and hopefully not that busy and just a nice little getaway.
I know it's always so fun to book a trip around this time of year because I say this, I feel a lot where you get through the holidays and you're looking forward to like your summer vacations and stuff, and you think you'll be able to get there seamlessly. But this chunk of time between like the end of holidays and like springtime is kind of like, it's lengthy. So if you can throw something in.
So last year, I told myself, because I hate January and February. There are a couple memes going around that are like, you will feel every 31 days of January.
Yeah, she's here.
And I don't know why. I think it's, of course, it's like after the holidays. So you're kind of in that slump. It's freezing outside. So
Yeah.
I don't even want to walk. Like, I'm in a mood. I have my seasonal depression going on. You know, there's not that much going on around Richmond. So January and February are prime times to get out of here.
I agree. I think it's like a good time just to hit the road, go do something that's not necessarily your typical thing you'd be doing. Get out of your routine.
Yeah, because since February is so short, you know, we're going on like a 10-day vacation. February's going to be gone.
Right, exactly. You don't have to worry about it.
It's like spring.
Yeah. And then you're back and
Summer.
into St. Patrick's Day and all the happenings of the springtime. And then Friday Cheers will be here. It's easy.
Yeah, we can
And
get
you
through
guys,
this.
of course, are going over one of your favorite holidays, Valentine's Day, too, which is a pro move as well.
Yeah, Holly was like, do I need to get you anything? I'm like, no, we're going to be in Montalcino sipping Brunello.
Yeah.
I don't need anything.
That's romantic enough. Well, so you said you've been before. So what made you guys, though, decide to do, when you were deciding on taking a trip, go for this? Or was it just like tickets were looking good, this is our time to shine?
So Holly has never been.
Oh, okay.
So I have been once before. I did Florence and Venice, and I just fell in love with Florence. I haven't been to that many European countries, but Florence is, it will probably be one of my top 5 favorite cities forever.
Oh my gosh.
Just beautiful. The food's good. The wine's good. Since I've been before, I'm like really excited because I feel like it's even more accessible. Like just knowing a couple places that I want to go. I already in my brain kind of have it mapped out a little bit. It just is a little less intimidating.
Yeah.
And then the town of Pienza, I have been, but just for a brief 1-hour stop through, and it's where pecorino cheese originated from. And I love pecorino cheese. And so it's also halfway between Montepulciano and Montalcino, 2 wine regions. So it's just like the perfect spot. So we're going to rent a car, do 4 days in Pienza, then come back to Florence, and then do 5 days there, about-ish.
Yeah. A little half and half.
Half and half. So it just, I don't know. Anytime we go to Europe, you want to do so much.
Right.
Like I wanted to do more, but then you just don't get to enjoy it. And I also wanted this to be a trip, but a vacation at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's hard when it's like you have so much booked that by the time you get back, you're actually like exhausted from everything that you were doing. I love those trips where you're familiar with it enough so that it doesn't feel so like go, go, go the whole time.
yeah, and daunting.
Yeah, that's going to be really nice. I can't wait to hear about it. I'm so excited for you. 20-ish days. How exciting, Paige.
I know there's a lot to get done though. So
We're
it's
coming in.
exciting and also like
all the planning.
yes.
But speaking of that too, we've got our own little trip coming up. We've decided to take a company retreat to do some planning ahead of Italy and then just, in the beginning of the year too. So that'll be exciting also. I can't wait to, like we said, switch up what's been going on for the past couple of weeks, the regular routine, and just do something different. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun to just get out of town for a couple of nights and plan the year for the biz.
Right. And sit down and, thoroughly have a long enough conversation where it's not like one of us has to be like, okay, I have to like run off and go do this thing. So I'll text you about it later.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Always. Yeah.
I'm excited. But yeah, that being said, January, we're still, I feel like, in the thick of it. So hang on tight. There are a few more weeks, a few more days to go.
Yeah, and hopefully we can tell you what to eat, drink, see, and do to kind of get you through because we're in it with you guys.
Right. We're here too. We're freezing too.
So cool.
With that said, should we go ahead and get into it for people?
Yeah. So what to eat, drink, see, and do in RVA this week. And you're up first with eat.
I am. So, this is a highly anticipated event for vegans and non vegans or vegan curious people. Everybody, I feel like, is always excited about this. Richmond's annual plant powered event is back for its eighth year, starting this Tuesday, January 21st, and running through Sunday, January 26th. V72 times 2 Vegan Food Week. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that the way that it's supposed to be read. Is sponsored by Vegan Action and will include delicious vegan specials at more than 25 local restaurants, and proceeds will support Food Not Bombs and RVA community fridges, some wonderful organizations in the area. It's kind of like in a similar vein to Richmond Restaurant Week or like
Mhm.
Hot Tomato Summer.
Yes.
You go around to the list of participating restaurants and they'll have different specials on the menu for you. For example, Devil's Lettuce is doing a pretty standard meatball sub, as they call it, which is meatballs, marinara sauce, provolone, and Parmesan cheeses on a toasted garlic bread sub. Roll, vegan friendly, of course. Zorch is doing Sonic's Pizza Adventure, including Impossible hot dogs, vegan chili, vegan cheese sauce, and mozzarella. And then, lots more that you can find on their website too of menu spreads and like who's actually participating. It looks tasty, whether or not you're vegan.
Yeah, and they also have a passport program, so you can like go onto their website and download the passport with all the participating spots. And if you visit 5 or more locations, you can get a free sweet treat from Devaro Gelato.
Oh, okay, amazing. So it's like Richmond Restaurant Week and also like independent bookstore like day
Yeah.
where it's like it's a little mix of everything.
Yeah, it's cute. And I don't know, I saw a couple specials, like Garnett's looks good too. Yeah, I think it's just a fun way to also get out and support our restaurants. So
Yeah, especially with the way that like this month kicked off, it's like people are still feeling the effects of the water crisis. So this is a fun, like themed way to get out there. Even if you don't necessarily want to go for one of the specials, just get out to like these participating restaurants and go pay them a visit and support them. It's a nice way to get out there.
yeah, and I was like also I shared, I think, Zorch's
Right. It
special.
was the one that I was talking about. I don't know if that was the same one because they have a few.
They have like 8.
Yeah.
So, but they have a drink and it is called the Girl Dinner Martini. And I mean, I just need it for that
Yes.
title. But it's a Sears vodka extra dirty with banana peppers, capers, dill, cornichon, extra virgin olive oil, and garnished with a vegan meat and cheese skewer.
Oh my gosh, I'd be all about that. That sounds so good.
I just need it right now.
I still need to go over to like the new Zorch. Zorch is something that's like, I've been over there in the Carytown location, but their new parlor I haven't been to. And I feel like I desperately have to.
You do. You gotta just like take the fam and order a pizza and just
Exactly.
it gives like Pizza Hut
Yeah,
vibes.
right. They've got like a little game situation.
Yeah, it's like old school pizza parlor kind of setup. It's
Oh, maybe
cute.
that's what I'll do in these coming weeks. Maybe when you're out of town, Paige and I were talking about how I'm going to start like racking up my plans so that people are still getting their organic content. Maybe I gotta get a Zorch visit on the calendar.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, go to any of these. The specials and all the restaurants are listed on their website. Most of these places are doing multiple specials too. So if you aren't necessarily leaning toward one of the ones that we read off, there are plenty for you to choose from. So it sounds delicious. And I know people are always looking for more like vegan opportunities. It seems to be ever growing in Richmond, especially
Mhm.
recently. So this is a wonderful part of that. But thought it'd be good to like highlight for our vegan friends out there who are always looking for other ways to get in on that action.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I'm also doing drink this week, so I'll take us right into that. I'm suggesting you go get a drink at Ripple Rays, which just opened last week in Carytown. The Grateful Dead inspired neighborhood bar features a psychedelic backdrop and a menu of edibles and drinkables, as they put it, which I love a themed menu when you're playing into it. It's super cute.
Yes.
Ripple Rays plans to offer an all-day hippie hour and an industry favorite hippie meal, aka a shot and a beer for $5. You can also find local and domestic offerings there, along with wings, sandwiches, and much more. They also plan to regularly host live music, and I think already have since their opening day last week. I love a pop culture themed bar. It kind of reminds me of like a Guar bar situation, or when we've gone for like the pop up for Taylor Swift in the past. I love stuff like this when they really play into it on the menu. I'm not personally a big Grateful Dead person, but I know that they have, of course, a cult following worldwide.
Yeah.
And as Richmond Mag said in their write up, the name is an ode to their famed song Ripple, and then the owner's late father, Ray, as well. So it's a very nice background story. It's very sweet and sounds like it'd be a lot of fun for people.
Yeah, their menu even has micro doses.
Yes.
I am obsessed. I'm also not a Grateful Dead fan. The ex-husband's family were big Deadheads.
Oh,
And like even like the tattoo and everything, and they
sure.
went to all the concerts and all of that. But I'm like looking on the Instagram and it looks like a vibe. I
Oh
think
my
they need to
gosh.
make a reel.
I
It's so
know, like
funny.
it could be like a fun place, even if you're not necessarily a Grateful Dead fan, still seems like a fun place to go to. It also reminds me there's like this brewery called Kilowatt out in San Diego when I lived out there a couple of years that was very like tie-dye psychedelic like that too. And it's a vibe. I like it.
Yeah, I like, the edibles and drinkables. That's
It's too cute. So I definitely recommend getting out there. They just opened, so it might be a little like packed in, but that's kind of like the fun of it also. Go with all the other excited, patrons and
Did it
enjoy.
open up in a former spot? Do you know?
Yes, it was in, I just had that in front of me.
Former town hall in Wheezy's kitchen space.
Yes, former town hall and Wheezy's kitchen space. So I think people were bummed to see it go, but I think people are also very psyched that this is taking its place. It seems like a fun new thing to bring life into that space, which is always good.
Yeah, and especially in Carytown, that's the perfect spot for it.
Yeah, definitely. Nice little bit of whimsy to add to the other bits of whimsy over there. It's cute.
Yeah.
So get out there.
All right, and then I'm taking you to C, and I suggest that you see RVA's exhibitions on view at the VMFA Museum. You have A Long Arc and American Born Hungary. They are on view only until January 26th. So now's the time to get out there, and you can experience both with just one ticket, which is really nice. I love when they put two exhibitions together with one ticket. It just makes it a little bit more accessible. I went during the media preview, so it has been a while since I have been back. But A Long Arc takes you on a journey through 175 years of Southern history with over 200 photographs, marking the first major exhibition in over 25 years to explore photography in and about the South, which is cool because we're part of the South. So both exhibitions are huge in the fact that there are like over 200 photographs in each. So I would like peruse one and then take a break and then go through the other just because it is a lot to see and explore. And then American Born Hungry was really cool in my opinion. It highlights the transformative impact of over 30 Hungarian born artists on American photography, featuring more than 170 works. And so in this one, you see a lot of old school Hollywood, like of Marilyn Monroe, Clark Gable, and I didn't know that they were Hungarian born photographers. So it was very cool, but tickets are $8 to $12. And the museum, of course, is open daily, 365 days a year. So great cold weather activity to get you out of the house. And then, of course, you can just go explore the VMFA's permanent collection too for free.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely. We wanted to make sure people remember that this is closing soon. So if you're interested and didn't get to do it like out in the fall or in the holiday season, like now's your time. And it really is such a perfect cold weather activity because there's so much to see. So you can spend so much time in there and have like an amazing afternoon. We just had a meeting over at the VMFA, and every single time we go over there, I'm like, I cannot believe we have access to the VMFA. It's so gorgeous.
So there is somebody I follow, Gretchen Rubin. I listen to her podcasts and I get her newsletter and I've read all of her books, but she lives in New York City and she lives by the Met. And so she also felt that she, was taking it for granted. And so a few years ago, she was just like, I'm going to walk to the Met every day.
Yeah.
And she sometimes, just walks there. Sometimes she goes in and goes to the cafe. Sometimes she goes in and explores the whole thing. And I kind of feel like I need to do that with a VMFA.
It's just so gorgeous. It's like it's so expansive. You could be over there and doing different things every single time.
Yeah, when I did the fine arts and flowers, I was walking around and I'm like, I don't remember the last time I fully did a walk around here. So I don't know. It's just, again, it's free and it's something I think as Richmonders we kind of forget about or maybe take it for granted. So
Yeah,
just remember
definitely.
the new year.
Right, definitely a great reminder. And, as we keep saying, great for like these colder temperatures when it's kind of like you don't want to be at home, but like you're not looking necessarily to be outside for a prolonged period of time. Go over to the VMFA, get your steps in and see art.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What about for do then, Paige?
So this is another thing I checked out, I think it was, gosh, before the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So before Christmas. And it's Padel Plant, and it is in the historic hydroelectric plant at 1201 Haxel Point, and it's being transformed into this huge destination centered around the world's fastest growing sport, which is paddle. And it can be called padel, I believe, but most of the folks that were working there were just calling it paddle. And I kind of assumed it was like pickleball, but it's not. And so it's very cool. I did a hard hat tour, so they were still in the midst of construction, but you can expect 6 paddle courts, a pickleball court, and plenty of spaces to relax, watch, and hang out. They're offering a hybrid play model where anyone can book a court with members getting priority access. Plus, there's going to be community focused programming like yoga and junior programs. They also have 2 coaches from Spain on site that I've met, very cool people to learn the game.
Yeah.
And if you watched my reel and saw the people playing, those were the 2 folks from Spain, and they're like pros.
Yeah.
So very cool. And then off the court, they're going to have smokestack pizza and bar. And that's not going to be set to open until March or April in the spring, but they're going to feature a chef out of Philly serving up pizza. Plus, they're going to also have coffee, pastries, and sandwiches, which I really think is needed in that space. You have to think the only restaurant down there, I believe, like on the canal is Casa del Barco.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm always walking down that area, and it would be so nice to just grab a coffee somewhere.
Right. Yeah. It does seem to be like adding to maybe like a little gap of what they could use down in that area.
Yeah, but they're gonna have, of course, these courts, but then they're gonna have cozy seating areas for co-working, eating, and just like watching, which I
Mm-hmm.
think would be cool. But the indoor courts are supposed to debut soon, like as in this month. So I would just keep an eye on Instagram. But the outdoor vibes are going to be launching in the spring. But it's a community-oriented hub for paddle, pickleball, socializing, in a very iconic building.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think from everything that you had seen over there and that we had talked about when you got to go visit, it all seems really cool. And it does seem like it reminds me of like Tang and Biscuit or River City Roll, where it's like these more unique like things that are just outside of like a restaurant or a bar where you can go like hang out basically, or also get some exercise in if you feel like it looks like a lot of fun. And based on like their updates and their latest newsletter, I guess they're kind of doing this opening in phases. So this phase 1 happening this month is supposed to be for these indoor courts like around construction times, and then going into the outdoor courts and the food offerings and all of that into the spring or into next month. So it's something to keep your eyes peeled on if you haven't been already, because things are now happening this month.
Yeah, seems very cool. Well, that wraps us up. So thanks for listening, Richmond. And by the way, there's more where that came from. Joining the Richmond experience as a member is the best way to stay in the know about what's going on in RVA.
Not to worry, we refuse to sell your info or bombard you with ads, but we do charge a small annual membership fee of $39 a year to fund our team so we can keep doing this awesome work. Plus, a portion of each annual membership purchase for the Richmond experience goes to rotating profits each month. That's like $1 per week to get an all-access pass to the best of RVA and lift up local orgs. It's a really, really good deal, friends. And listen, what are friends for anyway? Use code CHATTER to get $10 off your first year subscription.
And give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Richmond Experience, and on Instagram at The Chatter and RVA2. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to your buds and rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you want to keep up with each of us, you can find me at Kelsey Heinz's Typing on Instagram.
And me, Sips and Trips with Paige on Instagram.
Chat with you next week, RVA.